It was an incredible weekend to be with these students. Think about being with 20 to 25 other French students, and they all are together to think about and ask God to clarify His call for their lives about what it could look like to work in missions full-time. We had them together for the weekend. I talked a little bit about the pride that I have in working with Agape, the pride that I have in the gospel, the pride that we have in what we get to do and who we get to work with. And we just asked them to consider if they might come and join with us for a year. One of my favorite conversations of the whole weekend was talking to a student from Nantes. And believe it or not, he had just become a Christian 10 months ago or so. And through a conversation that he had been having online with a student in Marseille, France. And these conversations had touched him so much that he knew that there was something different about following Jesus, and he wanted that. So he became a Christian, and he had also got involved with the ministry in Nantes during that time. And through the months, he'd really seen how his life had changed and how he'd seen in particular, some of the staff members and students involved there, what their lives were like. And so he decided to come to our weekend to just check it out a little bit. And the thing that thrilled him the most was just even considering the idea that maybe he could do an internship with Agape after having become a Christian just 10 months ago. Julien is a student in Marseille, France. And Julien became a Christian actually through an American Summer Project about 5 years ago. And had been involved with Agape in Aix-en-Provence through the last couple of years. But it's only recently that he started to think about wanting to do an internship. And so after going to the weekend, he wrote me an email the next morning. He said, "This weekend was one of the highlights of my last couple of years as a Christian, and it's really made me decide that I want to be able to do this. But I feel like many of them don't know that this is a real option for their future, that they could be interns with us, or they could join with us full-time, or that they might consider other missions within France or outside of France." So that really struck me again, as sometimes I need to be a little bit more bold in just asking students to consider joining with us. Even those students who I'm friends with, who I know, I can ask them very specifically to join with us. And you know what? They might just do it. They might just do it. And my prayer is that France would be a place where we are sending students all over the world. And maybe that some of the students who will for the first time this weekend have considered this idea of serving the Lord with Agape all around the world. And that from this weekend, that could be a reality.